let's go ahead and log into our respective websites. Now, I already had gone through this before, I mean on my own that is, and that is today we are going to do a couple of things. First of all, we're going to learn about adding a secondary menu, and third of all, we're going to add two more plugins. And those plugins are, well, we're going to add a font, and you can ignore what's below there, so that's just ignore that for now, but we'll go back to that. Add fonts, and let's see if we can try to find a spell checker, although that might be a little bit challenging. So let's first go into adding a secondary menu. Now, this is all dependent on the pretty much the theme that we have. We have theme 2014, I believe. Well, without further much ado, let's go into our admin panel. Alright, so go ahead and log in. Alright, so here we are again. Notice I've got a number 1 there, and I've got a number 1 over here. So what's going on here? There's a new version of W2 . So whenever you see that, I will just go ahead and click on update now. Let us do his thing. You can go out and kind of chill for a while, but notice it's already updated. The plugin warning turns to a 0. And since we're in plugin, well, now let's just go with secondary menu. So now if you notice on your, well, another thing I want you to do is click on visit site. Right click, open a new tab. Okay, it'll open in this new tab. There it is right there. Goes where it needs to go. So where can this new thing appear? Well, again, it all depends on the theme that you're using. My goal is to have the menu appear on the upper left, and all this stuff right here does not exist if use a different browser. So let me show you. I'm going to open up a different browser. We have Chrome right now. I'm going to open up Safari, and if I was to type that, because you notice that it doesn't exist, that top bar that you see with the WordPress and all that, but on its own it will not exist there. And so but because there's such a huge graphic over there, it may not be a good idea to put anything up there, but it may also be. So we'll play with this. We'll do this kind of towards the end of developing this page, but let me show you how to create a secondary menu anyways. Alright, so back at the admin panel, what I'd like you to do now is go back down to menu. Okay, where it says menu, click on menu. Okay, so let it do its work. There it is. And you'll notice right off the bat we've got primary menu. Well, what I'd like you to do now is over here it'll say create a new menu. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a couple of more pages. Okay, we're going to create contact. Okay, and then we're going to create about us. Alright, so we'll go ahead and call this secondary menu. What we should have done, okay, let's go ahead and do that, and we'll go ahead and get it ready. So go ahead and press create menu. I'm sorry, we forgot to do one thing. Now notice right here it says display location of this secondary. Now the top primary menu is already taken up with these guys here. Okay, so the only place we can do this is secondary menu on the left sidebar. So let's go ahead and have that clicked and get it ready, and that means it's going to appear, well, right here along with these guys here, which I'm not crazy about. I'd rather appear on the top, but at any rate, let's go ahead and press save menu and then go to your pages. So click on pages, and you can go ahead and start creating add new. Alright, and then go ahead and type in contact. I want to see something here. Insert a table from table. Oh, cool. They have it here now. Interesting. Okay. Anyway, so contact us. Just type in this will be the contact us page. So where we put in the address, we'll put in address, phone, and we'll put a contact form, which is, there's several ways to do that. Alright, the template, well, we can keep it a default right now, but there is no parent, no order. Let's go ahead and press publish, and notice that there's Grammarly here. There's one advantage. I don't know if you guys have Grammarly involved in Chrome, but that's a good thing to have. Okay, so that's that. Let's go ahead and create add new, and this time leave the site. This time we're going to say about us. Okay, let's go ahead and type in about us. Okay, type in this is the this is the about us page. There it is. Again, default template 0. Press publish. Alright, and if we click on all pages, as soon as it's done its work, all pages, you'll see it'll ask me if I want to leave this page, whatever. Okay, so you'll see contact and about us. So the 3 pages that's going to be, on the left hand side is going to be contact us, about us, and I'm also going to put the home over there. Alright, so because usually when it comes to web design, it's okay to have a home button over here where people can see, but you want this to be kind of the focal part. Usually below this would be where another set of menu, like right around here. Okay, but we're not going to have that unless we kind of mess around with this area. For instance, if we decided somehow, well, anyways, I don't want to kind of go too technical on you, but I don't want to. But there is a possibility of putting it right here, or where I want it up here, this new menu. So at any rate, let's go to appearance, menus. Alright, so now if you notice, we can select a menu to edit. We have primary, which is the ones we already created. Now secondary, which is one we have. For secondary, what I'd like you to do is go over here, most recent, about us, okay, contact, and what I'd like you to do is click on home if possible. I don't see it here. That means it's under view all, but go ahead and click on add menu, and there it is right there. And then let's go over here and click on the home page and add it up there. Okay, so now we got home, about, contact. This will be the secondary menu in the left nav bar. Okay, so press save. Now you go back to this main page and you'll see that it appears right there. I guess that's cool. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of that, but whatever. There's only so much you can control in this world. So, alright, anyway. Alright, so now that we did that, we're going to go ahead and add in 2 more plugins. And we're going to add in something to do with font, something to do with spell checker. Let's move forward. Okay, so alright, going back to the dashboard, and let's go to plugins. Now I did a lot of search on different plugins, okay, and if you can notice right here, Jetpack, by the way, just go ahead and deactivate that. That thing's a rip off. I don't see, and just go ahead and delete it too. You sure you want to yes, get rid of it. We got table press, we got total upkeep, I suppose. Alright, now what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and click on add new. Okay, add new. And then we're going to type on the keyword search fonts. And there's one set of font. Now you notice there's fonts plugin, Google Fonts Company, use any font, which is another one. But there is a couple of fonts. I think it's font, Google Font. Let's go ahead and do this one right here. Okay, we're going to go ahead with this one right here, use any font, custom font uploader. Basically, it'll start out with a few fonts, and it takes a little bit of focus, so bear with me, and if you can scroll down, at any rate, yeah, you can just scroll down and look whatever. And by the way, you're not stuck with anything that I have. You can use anything that you feel is good for you, so feel free. You got like WordPress Google Fonts. It says 90 plus, and it's got a 4-star. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and stick with this one here. I'm going to go ahead and press install now. let it install, and then it's going to ask you to activate, and we are going to activate. Alright, so, and what's going to happen is now it's going to appear here. There it is, use any font, and now you got to look for it on the left side. There it is right there. Okay, so if you click on this, it'll take you to, well, here's what is known as an API. You can upload font, you can assign. Here are the instructions, but I'm going to save you. First thing you're going to do is you need an API key. What is an API key? Well, let's go ahead and look what API stands for. Okay, so API stands for Application Programming Interface. Okay? That's all you need to know. Application Programming Interface. It's basically an identifier used to authenticate a user, developer, or programming. Okay, it's called programming. However, typically used for authenticated project with API rather than a human user. Different platforms may implement and use APIs in different ways. Okay, now that that's out of the way, let's go ahead and here is, we're not going to worry about this. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to generate in free and light test API key. So click, and there's your API key. Click on verify. Alright, there you have it. It's done. Okay, then you can also upload a font if you'd like, but even that, no font. Click on add font, so you can click here. You got to make sure you find your fonts here. So if you choose file, and the way I found it was I click on my location, my Mac's iMac, and that doesn't mean anything to you probably, but I had to find it in my system folder, and then I think library, and then if I scroll down, well, there's my fonts right there. So I suppose some are available, TTFs, others are not. I guess I can just, well, I'm just going to select several of them. Just going to press Adobe and then upload, I suppose. Why would I give it a name? Alright, and just upload, I suppose. Alright, so anyways, it's uploading, as you can see right here. You might have an easier time with Windows than anything else. So, alright, so it uploaded. Let's go to Pages, All Pages. And if we go to About Us, and you highlight and you notice, well, there's the fonts right there. So, I mean, it's got enough. It's pretty cool, I think. You know, you can go Arial Black, you can highlight, you can choose Helvetica, and go to size, 14, italicize. Well, you know, it's more than what we had before, so at any rate, press update, and that's where we are. Alright, the next one is going to be spell checker. Let's see if that's even possible. I do have a thing called Grammarly here. Now you may want to go ahead and install it in your browser, and because WordPress is a browser-based software, you know, like if I purposely spelled page wrong, okay, see, it's not really catching. Oh yeah, it is catching it. It might be better for you to install Grammarly. Alright, so if you typed in Grammarly, it's an extension, okay, so it's a free online, so you may want to, I think it's, if you're using Chrome, it's up here where these three dots are. I'm not sure exactly, but you know, if you research it, you click on here, extensions right here, and you have a whole bunch of search extensions, and one of the things you can choose is Grammarly. So again, you may want to use that rather than using a plugin again. But let's go ahead to tools and plugins and add new, and we'll leave site. And then what we'll do is kind of end this thing soon. You can go ahead and spell checker if you want to. Start a WP word spell. Thing is that it doesn't have very high reviews, and to me, unless it's 4.5, it's not really, it's questionable. That means there's some people that's not really too cool with it. but well, you can choose, you can go ahead and install any one you want if you like, but I'm going to stick with Grammarly, and it looks again just like this right here. Okay, so you may want to try it. At any rate, that's all I have for today. And what we'll do is we'll find some text for the About Us. Okay, actually, let's just do that now. About CTE. Let's just go ahead. What is C chronic? Oh, that's not it. Let's type what is CTE, career and technical education. Let's go ahead and do that. Here it is right here. Let's go ahead and open that up and just copy this whole thing. So if you're really interested, you just Google it, whatever you can find. Going back over here, go to Pages. Okay, go to About Us. Skip a line and paste. There it is right there. So career and technical educations, you can bold it. Okay, and well, we'll just leave it alone. Alright, that's all she wrote, folks. Just go ahead and refresh. Take a look at what About Us is right here. There you have it. And of course, you'll notice that you still have the left side. We'll talk about that shortly. But if I got rid of if I had put in full width, did I say left side? I meant right side. Okay, there we have it. Alright, that's it. I'm out.